A lead generation agency or social media marketing agency, whichever you'd want to call it, is by far the best online business model for someone that is looking to establish a legit online business that is based on producing value for a certain business, for businesses in general, and you receiving money in return for that value. So money is an exchange of value, and if you think about it, what is the most valuable thing that you could offer any business that they will pay you any amount of money for them to receive that kind of value into their business? It is clients and more people calling them requesting for their services. So I found about lead generation agency about a year back and I got started with it. It took me quite some time before I signed my first client. It was about 4 months, but I think it could have taken me longer had I known a few things that were relevant to this business model before I started my agency. So to sign my first client, I had to first create a list of local businesses that I'll be approaching and pitching to them my services. And that I did by going on Google Maps and Google Maps listing and listing down a list of all local businesses in my area. And basically what I did, I just went ahead to cold call each and every single one of these local businesses. If you don't know what cold calling is basically getting straight on your phone and basically calling a business. And it is called because you're calling prospects that have never heard of you, they do not know you, they don't have your number saved, and essentially they do not trust you yet. So I had all these local businesses listed down and put in a certain database, and I just went on to cold call each and every single one of them, pitching to them my service and how I can help them get clients. And through all those cold calls, it was not easy at the start, but that is how I booked my first meetings. And essentially, I got into a physical meeting with my client. So I had to travel to meet my prospect, pitch to him my service. It was my first physical meeting, actually. So to be straight up honest, my client was not really convinced with my pitch. And he told me honestly that he's not really sold, but he's going to do it anyway because I met him in the right moment, in the right time, when he was looking for a marketing agency that could help him generate new clients for his business every month. And he had not tried it before, so I just came in the right moment, in the right time. I've heard that getting your first client or closing the first business, it is the hardest thing getting started with business. And I had a fair share of that. It was not really as easy as I thought it was going to be before I started my lead generation agency. Of course, there were some rejections in the cold calls, and I was not as confident in the meetings as I would have been. But in my opinion, the best thing for any sort of vision or any sort of business is the ability to start, is the ability to take that first step and actually get on the phone and calling local businesses. And if they're in your area, just getting out of your comfort zone and walking to those local businesses and pitch to them your services. Of course, you'll find a huge number of them that would not buy your idea, but that is something that builds your skin, it builds your ability to reach out to more prospects and to gain more confidence because now you've tested what it means to be told no. And that just builds your skin, just builds your confidence next time when you're reaching out to other prospects. So starting out and getting your first client, it is one of the hardest things in starting out a business because you do not have the social proof, you do not have the testimonials, and also you've not yet built that confidence, which is, I think, if I knew certain things that I could go around to do something better before I started reaching out to my prospects, I think it would have taken me a shorter time to generate my first client. Basically, when I was reaching out to these prospects, I was just getting on the phone and pitching to them my service and how I can help them generate results, and basically waiting for them to contact me on the way forward and things like that. Right now, what I would have done differently to generate that first client faster is I would try to make it easier for a client to really come on board. I basically should have started by giving out free trials. So I wouldn't be a big fan of giving out free trials because it places you in a certain way of being needy before these local businesses. And this can bite back when you need this client to actually make a payment or to actually get on a fully fledged contract because they have seen you in a sort of way that would not be suitable for you. But I think when you're starting out, the most important thing that is most valuable for you, it is to build that confidence, to actually know that I can produce this service and to generate that sort of social proof. So that is why I would advise for someone starting something similar to give out free trials at the start to gain that experience and to build that sort of confidence. I was more confident in my other meetings and the meetings that came forward after signing that first client and actually seeing that I can actually produce this result. So up to now, I still give out free trials. I do not give out an entire month free trial, but I offer like a 2 weeks free trial, just to bring the client through the system. I tell them in the onboarding meeting that I will give them a 2 weeks test drive of our system. And basically, I lay expectations of what to say within the 2 weeks, so that after the 2 weeks, I bring them on a fully fledged contract. So I think this is the best thing when you're starting out, to make it simple for your clients to actually come on board. And of course, they would cover the ad spend, they would cover the amount of money that is placed on these platforms to move out their campaigns or to explode their campaigns. But in regards to you as the agency owner, you would not receive a payment within those 2 weeks. Basically, just to bring a client through the system and showing them what they would receive when they get on a fully fledged contract. So if I could just point out some few things from this video, that when you're starting out, it is important that you focus on making it easy for your clients to come through. You can do that by giving out those free trials and following up on your prospects. For me, what I did wrong, I was not following up on my prospects, and basically I was just waiting for them to get back to me, which was a really dead end. So that is the most important thing when you're starting out. Make it easy for your prospects to come through and to join your system, and later you would see the returns on investment.